Okay, so let's get into it. Today we are doing a deep dive into the browser wars. We're looking at LibreWolf, Firefox, and Brave. And the mission here is to figure out which one actually respects your data versus just, marketing the idea of privacy.
Right. And what's so interesting is the core conflict you run into immediately. It's this trade-off between convenience, just having things work, and true zero telemetry privacy. And by zero telemetry, we mean nothing. No usage data, no crash reports, no little pings going back home.
That's a key distinction because the big spoiler we found is that the browser you've probably never even heard of is the only one that really hits that standard. So let's start there. With LibreWolf, I think you called it a hardened fork of Firefox.
That's exactly what it is. It's the radical choice. And when I say radical, I mean it. LibreWolf has zero telemetry, period. They went in and just ripped out every single data collection tool that Mozilla built into Firefox. It's like Firefox stripped down to the studs.
And it comes with things like uBlock Origin already installed.
Right, pre-installed. And it's so aggressive, it automatically deletes all your cookies, all your history, the second you close the browser.
But hold on, isn't there a huge risk there? For the average user, doesn't a lack of auto-updates create a bigger security hole? You have to manually patch everything? And I've heard that some websites they just break.
That's the cost. That's the exact trade-off for radical privacy. You're trading convenience and ease of use for absolute total control. For most people, that's just not going to work. Which I think brings us to Firefox, the mainstream compromise.
Right. Firefox, which markets itself as the big privacy champion for everyone. So what's their compromise?
Well, they are the least invasive of the big mainstream browsers. But, and this is a big, but telemetry is on by default.
So you, the user, have to go digging around in the settings to turn it off.
You have to opt out of feeding Mozilla your usage stats. And on top of that, they route all your domain lookups through Cloudflare.
Hang on, let's define that. DNS over HTTPS.
Yeah.
That's technical.
It is. But the concept is simple. It encrypts the request that turns a name like google.com into a computer-readable IP address.
So it stops someone on your local network from snooping.
Exactly. But if Firefox sends all those requests to one company, in this case Cloudflare, then Cloudflare gets a massive log of every single site that millions of Firefox users are visiting.
So you solve one privacy problem, but create a huge data centralization problem somewhere else.
Precisely. And that brings us to Brave, which has a whole different model.
Okay, Brave. This is where it gets really ironic, I think.
I'd say nuclear is a better word. Brave claims to protect you by blocking ads and trackers.
But their entire business model is to then replace those ads with their own.
Yeah.
And pay you in these little crypto tokens.
The BAT tokens, yeah. But the real story is the scandal from 2020. That was something else.
I remember this. They were caught adding affiliate codes to URLs that people typed into the address bar themselves. How did they even try to explain that?
They called it a mistake, an error in the autocomplete feature. But it was live for a month. It just completely shattered trust for a lot of people.
Because it showed the system was built to inject itself into your behavior to monetize you.
Yes. Their whole pitch is trust, privacy. And then they do that. It's a huge gap between the marketing and the reality.
So if we just boil this all down for you, the listener, the final verdict really depends on your tolerance for pain, I guess. If you're okay with broken sites and doing manual security updates, LibreWolf is the only one that delivers that true zero telemetry privacy.
Right. And if you just want something that works out of the box and you're willing to go into the settings and turn off the tracking, Firefox is probably your best mainstream bet. But if you trust a company that got caught injecting affiliate codes into your URLs, well, Brave is technically functional.
The central lesson here seems to be that you have to look past the shiny privacy marketing. You have to actually follow the data and ask where is it going and who's making money from it.
Exactly. You have to ask who the real customer is. Is it you? Or is your browsing history the product being sold?
In these browser wars, the currency isn't always money. Sometimes it's just access to your daily digital life. Something to think about the next time you open a new tab.